Hello, this is Compound Interest Stock Guy, and today I'm going to be talking about Zenabis and True Buck, their kombucha lineup. I think that's how you say it, so stay tuned. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the bell down below. Give me thumbs up, I appreciate it. Give me thumbs down if you don't like the video. I know my thumbnails suck right now because I'm out and about, and even my the videos aren't top notch because I can't figure out the split screen, but I think I bring some quality intelligence information to the listeners and subscribers and viewers. So I'm going to keep continuing to do this. But yeah, I just bought this kombucha. This is the company that Zenabis actually bought 50%, I believe. I gotta look over the news release, but I think it's around 51% or 50. I think they own they're the biggest ownership of the company, and they're now in Save On. I don't know if they've been in there for a long time, but they're in Save On Food, so that's a very good, impressive thing. So on top of them selling cannabis, they're going to be selling hemp CBD, and they're going to be selling this, which they're getting money, and they're going to be selling this into CBD and to THC products. So the reason why I'm bullish on Zenabis, along with their capacity, is basically value-added goods. So True Kombucha is a big acquisition. It's the same kind of acquisition that, I mean, a lot smaller than Manitoba Harvest, but who's to say this isn't going to be as popular as Manitoba Harvest in 3 years? And now Zenabis owns 50% of it. So, and that could be a really big sale in the legalization 2.0 when they have CBD. Okay, so I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna open this up as well when you guys are listening. So I got my bottle opener. Okay, so this is ginger flavor. So what do they sell? Oh fuck. They sell mint, they sell root beer, and they sell blueberry. That's the flavors. So I've tried kombucha before. This isn't my first time trying kombucha or kombucha, but I do like it. It depends on the flavor, but I think it's it's very millennial, you know, people that, it's a Lululemon kind of thing, you know, people who are all into yoga, they want to get their kombucha at Whole Foods, and you know, they're gonna think they're super duper cool. But that's my opinion, so let's have a little taste of this. Yeah, it's very good. That ginger taste, that's very good taste actually. I'm actually very impressed. I love ginger beer. I think it's great. I think this kind of like, it has a taste similar to ginger beer. So these are $4, okay? So the profit margins on them are pretty good. I expect in the legalization 2.0, when you got about 10 milligrams of CBD or 10 milligrams of THC, these pops will probably go for $8 to $10 a drink, and they're probably gonna get about $4 to $5, you know, in sales costs for making it from the THC, from the infused oil, and then making it into that specialized beverage. So yeah, this is True Kombucha. Let's have some more of this ginger. I want to try the blueberry, but hell, these are pretty expensive, $4 a pop. It's very good. I'd be very interested in trying one of these THC products or CBD products, and not you know, inhaling any cannabis into my lungs. So I think this would be a great little drink to have when you're out and about. And you know, I think it's just, it has a really good setup for people who are young people who are in the cities. This is going to be a popular beverage, I believe, in the future. You know, people are going to go to parties, instead of bringing a Coors Light or, you know, whatever kind of drink, Budweiser, they're going to be drinking bringing like a 4-pack of these, and that's what Hexo's set up to do. They have like 4 packs, I think, that they're gonna be rolling out. On top of that, I actually just bought 3.5 grams of Sensi Star by Namaste Zenabis, and I've had it before, but you know, I smell it and it's some pretty good bud. And you know, the great thing about Zenabis is it's very inexpensive if you're buying it from the out of all the rec LPs. It's one of the least, it's the cheapest stuff you can get, but it's good quality. I was getting I think American was the same. American had really good product for really inexpensive. They had like $7 grams, and they had strawberry ice. That was a really good strain. And even the kiwi, like the mango haze, that was pretty good. It wasn't very powerful, but I mean it tasted good. So I mean, I think American and you know, well, Wayland, but I think, and then Zenabis have some really good inexpensive cannabis. I think CannTrust had decent stuff, but I don't think it was nearly as good, to be honest. Like it was decent, but I think I prefer Zenabis. Maybe it's because I'm investing in Zenabis and not investing in CannTrust. Who's to say? I mean, there's always going to be some bias, I guess, but that's my opinion. I think it's a good beverage, and on top of that, what Zenabis is offering, they have their rye, this rye Remy or some rye something, and she's like the chief science officer or something from that, and she has her own line of, it's like Remy Ritz. I can't remember her name, but I following her on Twitter, and I tweeted some of the stuff. She was actually in she was in like People's Magazine or some magazine she was in, and she's got a topical line. So when CBD and THC got topical lineup, you know, they got that covered. They have that officer on there. So I mean, I think that Zenabis is actually looking pretty set up for the future. Now my video I just did, I was talking about how I think they're doing around like 900 kgs a month, so that's a medium size. So I was talking about the big guys in Canada that are doing anywhere from like 9,400 to 15,500 kgs. But you know, Zenabis is scaling up, and that's, you know, I didn't even mention Tilray, because Tilray is not growing that much cannabis. They're buying from Supreme. So Supreme might be growing like 2,000 or 2,500 kgs a quarter, and I mean, they're selling some to Tilray, so they're yeah, but Tilray's not growing that much. They will eventually, but I mean, I don't really think they're growing. They're probably growing less than 5,000 kgs, and that's with buying cannabis from other companies as well. So yeah, that's one of their downfalls, but I like the Manitoba harvest, and you know, now they're gonna get cannabis from Zenabis, so that's good. And I mean, they're getting them inexpensive. Like the cannabis they're gonna get for a good price, but Zenabis can grow it really inefficient. You know, they're gonna be growing it at a really low scale, like under $1 per gram, because they've been in the propagation business. So it's the same as Village Farms. They can run it at a really nice, inefficient, even though they're in retrofit facilities and it's not very super automated. They're able to be efficient. So, but yeah, I think Zenabis has some good cannabis. The Sensi Star, try it out. It's on the first page of the bestsellers in BC, and it's a very good indica for $7. Now, Kamloops is the best place in all of BC to buy cannabis from the legal, because it's like a legal BC cannabis store, and it's like this similar size to a BC liquor store. Well, maybe about half the size, but I mean, maybe in the future it'll be double the size when cannabis gets bigger in some places. But yeah, and instead, when you're paying shipping for these, when you're buying it on the online store, there's no shipping involved. There's just the taxes. So you can really get, I mean, I was getting $24 for an eighth, and if you buy it in the gray market, those dispensaries that are still running up and around BC, they're selling their eighths that aren't really like under healthcare regulations, and they're like $25 an eighth for their low scale, and then $30 for their mid scale, and then $35 for their upper scale. So it's pretty reasonable. $24 since you start. I mean, you're gonna pay taxes, the excise taxes and all, but yeah, I think it's a pretty good deal. You're not gonna get much of a better deal. That's why they're growing it for an inexpensive cost, and when they're gonna be growing it like 20,000 kgs a year, 50,000 kgs a year, 100,000 kgs a year, it won't matter if they're selling it for like $4 a gram. When prices go down on top, they're going to be exporting it across to EU GMP. When they have their EU GMP, they're going to be, you know, exporting it across the globe to Europe and other countries. So I don't know. I just want to talk about Zenabis from my point of view. I know Rich TV and even Rich TV has been big on Zenabis for a long time. Like, but he talks lots and lots about Zenabis, but I mean, I have different feelings on Zenabis because I try this beverage, and I've looked into the research about who's behind their topical line and stuff like that. But yeah, anyways, that's what I want to talk about. Zena on the TSX, and yeah, I'm out. Peace.